Hello, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's Instagram Live with Snuggly Monkey. Today, I am going to be doing a pretty huge unboxing. I had lots and lots of boxes arrive this weekend, so there's a little bit of everything in here, from threads to notions to stationery to fabric to all sorts of things. So this is going to probably be a long one. If you are, and if you can't watch the whole thing now, I always repost these on my Instagram feed, and then I also put them on the Snuggly Monkey YouTube channel, so you can always pop back in and watch the rest later. Good morning, everybody. So while we're waiting for folks to join us, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everyone to please go out and vote. Early voting is happening here in North Carolina through this Saturday, and it's happening kind of all over the country, obviously. So if you're able to vote early, please do. And if not, please make a plan to vote next Tuesday in the election. I printed up 1,000 of these postcards this year, and we are down to our last two, so we have distributed 998 of these. The last two will be going out with 2 packages today. So please, if you haven't done so already, head out and vote. If you post your I voted sticker, either in your Instagram feed or your, the stories, just tag Snuggly Monkey, and I will send you a 10% off coupon code for you to use whenever you'd like. So please vote. The election is very present on my mind, like so many of us. I'm feeling very stressed and very nervous about it all. So I am finding myself trying to kind of keep my hands really busy as we kind of wait out this last week. So there we go. Please vote. Please vote. All right, so things that are coming up, little shop updates. November, if you're new to Snuggly Monkey and you haven't been with us in a November before, November is Customer Appreciation Month here at Snuggly Monkey, and we do all sorts of things throughout the month of November. The big thing is called Wishlist Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, starting next Wednesday through about the middle of December, one person, I pick a random wish list from the Snuggly Monkey wish lists, and I send somebody a box filled with items from their wish list. So to be eligible for Wishlist Wednesday, all you have to do is create a wish list on snugglymonkey.com, and you might win. So every Wednesday, like I said, I pick a random winner and somebody gets a box full of goodies. So creating a wish list on Snuggly Monkey is really easy. On every single listing in the shop, there's a little button below the add to cart that says add to wish list. And so you can fill up your wish list. You can create different categories. If you want to create a sashiko wish list and an embroidery wish list, you can do that. You can organize your wish lists. You can share your wish lists. You can email them out to anyone that might be looking for gifts for you. So to participate in Wishlist Wednesdays, that's all you have to do is create a wish list, and you might win. So I post those on Instagram every Wednesday. You'll be seeing those for the next month and a half. The other big part of Customer Appreciation Month, we have a big open studio on November 16th that will be having our prize wheel out. And then Erin from Reverie and Felicity is going to be here selling her candles. So we'll have a big open studio. And then there is the big sale, and so that is happening on Friday, November 22nd. Again, if you haven't been with us before, the big sale, I only do 2 sales a year. This one is the biggest one. It is 20% off your entire order, and it is a timed sale. So for newsletter subscribers, you can start shopping at 9 a.m. And for the rest of it, kind of opens up to the public at noon. The sale is super duper popular, so the earlier that you can shop, the more likely you are going to be able to get the items that you want. So being part of our newsletter and signing up for our newsletter will give you access to that newsletter code. And that's coming up on November 22nd. There'll be a lot more information about that coming in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, and we're doing some fun giveaways and things. So there's lots of things that'll be happening at Snuggly Monkey in November for Customer Appreciation Month. So that's the stuff that's coming up. So let's go ahead and dive into all of these boxes that are here. We're going to start with Auvers Soie. So we're going to start in France. So we have a big box here filled with thread sets and threads. These are the Auvers Soie Discovery Packs. And so what these are color by color family, and it lets you experiment and try different kinds of silk threads. So in here you've got the Soie d'Alger, which is the 7-stranded spun silk thread. This is the closest to stitching with cotton. It's the kind of the easiest kind of introductory silk thread. It still has that beautiful luster. You have the pearl is on that little wooden spool. In here there's also the Soie de Paris, which is one of their filament silks. You've got a spool of their metallics, and the last one is Gobeline, I believe. So these little packs, they let you try out different kinds of threads. There's also packs that include silk ribbon. And like I said, they're usually by color family, so they're usually purples, reds. Sometimes this is a seasonal one, this is the autumn one. But that's what these packs are really fun, because it lets you kind of try out, see if you like it. And then if you find a thread that you like, then we have several packs of those threads. Like this is the Oval, which is one of the filament silks. And so a filament silk is pulled straight from the cocoon. And so these have the kind of brightest sheen to them. They are a little bit different than working with like a cotton or a wool, because it's not spun. So typically you would use shorter pieces, and it stitches up a little bit differently. But if you're looking for kind of that beautiful silk shine, then the filament silks are going to be a little bit shinier than the spun. The other thing that's in here, kind of way down at the bottom, we've got some of the metallic boxes are in here. The other thing that is down here is a restock of our Soie d'Alger, which is the one that I just pointed out. And that's the one that we carry kind of the most individual colors in. It tends to be the most popular one. Right now we carry about 114 colors. And I just ordered a new cabinet, so we're actually going to be doubling the amount of Soie d'Alger that we stock here in the store. We're going to have about 240 colors over the next couple of months. This is the gorgeous color card from Auvers Soie that has all of their colors. I'm going to be looking through here, picking out about 120 other colors to add to the shop. So if there is a particular color or color family that you have been hoping for, wishing for, looking for, this is the time to reach out to me and let me know what additional colors of Soie d'Alger you'd like to see in the shop, because in the next couple of months I'll be adding, like I said, I'll be doubling pretty much the amount of colors that we stock. So this is a good time to reach out and let me know if there's a particular color that you've been looking for. All right, let's set this to the side. Next, let's head to Mexico and take a look at this box that has just arrived with a restock of our Hilo Vela. Hilo Vela is a Mexican embroidery floss, and it comes in these kind of huge skeins. It has these beautiful, bright, bold colors. And Hilo Vela is different from other kinds of embroidery floss for a couple of reasons. Primarily, it is not as mercerized as Cosmo or DMC is. So it is not as shiny. It's a little bit flatter. And when you do not mercerize thread heavily, what ends up happening is that over time, the mercerization process helps keep thread, the twist in the thread nice and tight. So when it's not mercerized, thread will kind of open up, bloom, and kind of fluff out over time. So if you are familiar with Tenango style, Mexican style embroidery, And if you have any, clothes or shirts with this on it, you'll notice that over time it takes on almost a wool-like look. It looks really full and fluffy. It's not wool, it is this kind of thread. Because as you wash it, as you use it, the thread will, like I said, it'll kind of bloom, it'll open up, and it'll take on this kind of really beautiful, soft texture to it. So that is done with this kind of thread. And so these huge skeins here, you actually have 5 mini skeins. Let me open this up, that are within these bundles. And so this is a lot of thread. But if you are embroidering home decor or clothing or anything like that, you're going to need a lot of thread. And so that's why these bundles are kind of so big. But there are these 5 mini bundles within that big skein. And so it's easier to work with because then you just have this little bundle. It's also great if you have a guild that you stitch with, you want to share thread, you can get a set of these and then split it up between folks. These little things are really easy if you kind of twist them in the opposite direction. You can create these little bundles and store them in these little twists. And then they make really cute gifts. If you have a group that you stitch with, get a bunch of colors, you can put them in a little gift box with some needles, and you've got kind of a nice unique gift that is pretty affordable. This is actually the best probably thread deal in the entire store because one of these huge skeins is about $5. So each one of these is about $1. Yeah, so that's what is in this box, is a restock of all of the colors. We had been running low on some of our most popular color sets. The Frida one is all back in stock now. And all of this stuff that I'm showing you, I have already logged into the computer, so everything should be in the store already. All right, so now let's head over to Japan. And we've got this box from Kohana, and if you read my newsletter a couple weeks ago, Kohana had kind of changed how it was working with its distributors in the US, and so for a while this summer I actually wasn't able to get any Kohana, and so all of the little mini thread snips, the magnetic spool holders, all those things, I was down to almost nothing. And then I was able to negotiate a new agreement with them, and so now I can get Kohana again, which is very exciting. So all of the kind of the favorites that have been around for a while, their needle sets. This is their Sashiko needle set. They've got cross-stitch needles and embroidery needles. Those are all in here. We've got some of the, these are the ceramic magnetic spool pin holders. Very beautiful and securely wrapped. And so these they look like little thread spools, but they're made of pottery. There's a magnet inside. There's a little piece of felt at the bottom so that you can store all of your pins. I actually love this. I have one of these next to my sewing machine. I've had this for years and years because it's really easy. If you pin as you're pulling out your pins, then you can drop them inside, but also the outside is magnetic, so you can almost like throw it at the little spool and the pins will stick to the outside, so it's very handy to keep on hand. But the Kohana item that has kind of really blown up in the last couple of weeks, and I actually haven't shown it on Instagram because I haven't been able to keep these in stock, is the Pokeori loom. And these, so we've got a restock here of the blue set, the pink set, and then the loom all on its own. So all of these are back in the shop. I'm going to be doing a more in-depth video of this loom, how you use it. So all of that's coming, but let me just show you what this is. So this is a little mini pocket loom that looks like this. And this is actually made with scallop shells, which I think is like the coolest thing. It's about 52% scallop shells. And this is the blue set, and so this is the Asobi Ito thread pack. And so you use your little loom and you can make little tiny woven patches. That's the back, actually, that's the front there. It's so much fun. I have been enjoying playing with this so much. It comes with some warp thread, comes in the pack, and then you also have a needle for weaving. That's there, and then you have a little comb that you use to kind of tamp down your threads as you're weaving. It's really fun. There is a little instruction booklet, and the instructions are both in English and in Japanese. It's very easy to use. It's super portable. I keep it in the little bag that it comes in, and I kind of stick it in my purse. And it's just been a really fun, relaxing little thing to play with. I don't have a specific use in mind for my little patches, but you can applique this onto, you know, some clothes. You can turn it into a brooch, into I've seen folks make head berets out of them, hair berets, sorry. I have a new Boro project that I'm working on, and I think I'm going to try to incorporate this into that. So it's just really fun. They're just really fun to play with. And again, thinking of gifts, I have had several folks, one of the reasons that they've been hard to keep in stock is that I've had several folks using these as gifts for their sewing groups, their guilds. They're very affordable, and they're really cute. And so there's, on top of you can get the set that comes with the blue or the pink, but there's also 12 different color packs of the Asobi Ito. And so this is, you can use any thread. You can use sashigo threads, embroidery threads, wool yarn, cloth, straps of t-shirts, anything like that to weave. But if you kind of want to play around, there are these color thread packs that have different textured threads in them. They come in neon colors. And then there's this is elastic warp thread. So if you wanted to make a patch that was elastic, that's what that stuff is. So the Pokeori looms are back. They just came in last night. So those are now back on the site. Like I said, I know loads of folks have been trying to get a hold of them, and they're back now. So all right, next up, let's see, I'm not even sure which box this is. Oh, here we've got some stationery, again from MT Washi Tape. These are the nano tape cutters. These are a little piece of plastic that you snap onto your washi tape rolls. This is for 15 millimeter rolls, and there's a slightly larger one for 20 millimeter, 20 to 25. And it just helps you cut your washi tape nice and straight. A very handy little tool. And then we have loads of washi tape in here. So this is all MT Washi Tape, which is the original creator of washi tape in Japan. I think some of the kind of best, truest washi tape out there that is removable completely. It doesn't leave any sort of residue. I'm actually in the process of redoing my wool felt cabinet because we've added a bunch of new colors and we needed to kind of reorganize it. And the little labels that we had on the cabinet, we had put washi tape down to make it easy to remove. And I set that up maybe like 3 years ago. Pulled right up. There's no residue. It was really easy to pull off. One of the reasons why I love washi tape so much is I despise the kind of residue and how sticky kind of regular Scotch tape will get. When I first moved into this space, the previous tenants had put, I don't know what they put all over the windows, but they had obviously used Scotch tape. And when you put Scotch tape and sun, it took us forever to get all that Scotch tape residue off of the windows. So washi tape is fantastic. It's like my best friend. All right, so in addition to all of the washi tape rolls, we've got the return of several. This is the mini rainbow. So these are the really skinny, they're this size, and there's 7 different solid color washi tapes in here so that you have the rainbow. There's the larger rainbows are in here as well, and the traditional Japanese print sets are in here. These are the Ducks, which is a German company. This is the Ducks pencil sharpeners in the pastel colors. If you're looking for a really good, really nice pencil sharpener, this is it. It has the reservoir is nice and big, so it holds all of your sharpenings in there. And then the cool part is that these blades are actually replaceable. So you can order them from Dux, D-U-X, and replace the blades. So you can keep using the same sharpener for years and years and years. All right, so that is more or less what is in that box. The next box, we're heading to the UK here. This is from Hawthrone Handmade. And in here we've got a bunch of kits. So we have several of their embroidery kits. This one is the Harvest Time. This is one of their last year, maybe 2 years ago, they released this series. It is if you are looking to practice your satin stitch. These landscape designs are done completely in satin stitch. The entire canvas is covered in stitching, and you create these kind of beautiful landscape. There are 3 of them, I believe: Harvest Time, Dorset Walk, and I can't remember what the third one is called. But so if you like these little, and these are nice because they're a doable size. These are, I believe, 3-inch hoops. So you can practice your satin stitch, but it's not overwhelming. It's not, you know, a huge piece that you're working on. We also have, this is from their little village series. This is called Village Cottage. And so there's, again, there's I think 3 different little village town scenes, which I think would look really cute if you had all 3 of them and kind of hung them on your wall. It makes a really nice, cute little town. That's more of the Harvest Time. Here's another one. This is called Log Cabin from that same series. And then we've got some of their needle minders. And I love their needle minders because they are wooden needle minders, but then they use sublimation printing to print these colorful designs. You've got the little holiday gnome there. So we've got several of their needle minders in the shop. They also use the super strong magnets, and they're really nice and big, so they hold your needles really well. So we've got some of those. And then this is the Crafty Cats. So this is a fantastic, if you're looking for a beginner kit, if you're looking for kits for children to get them into stitching. This is a really fun one. You can do this entire thing with just a back stitch, so you don't need to know any complicated stitching. It's super cute. The design comes pre-printed on the fabric. It comes with your thread, your needles, instructions on how to do it, and your hoop is in here as well. So it's a complete kit in this box. You've got everything that you need, and it's a really nice beginner hoop. They used to have one, they don't make it anymore, with otters that I did a couple of years ago, and it was really fun. Sometimes it's really fun to do these. And then you can, of course, if you're a more advanced stitcher, you can add your own to it. You can put some satin stitches in here, you can do stem stitches, you can do whatever you'd like. You can, create fur for the cats in there. So even though it's a beginner kit, you can make it more complicated if you want to. Let's see what else is down here. Oh, and then we have also, this is one of their wool felt embroidery kits. These are, this is the Celestial Pennant. And so these make little wall hangings. There's this one, and there's a floral one as well. And so those are the kits. So we've got several of the Hawthorne Handmade kits are now back in stock. Oof, this one's heavy. Here, this box is almost entirely full of restock of our thread book rings. This is the 8-inch size. Then we've got 6-inch, and then the little one, which is the 4-inch size. And what these are, they are great for organizing thread. I keep all of my Sashiko thread braids on this one. The reason that I like these is because of this. It has a screw, so that sometimes the ones that don't have the screw and just have kind of the 2 slots that interlock, that can come undone, and then your threads go everywhere, especially if you are using this to hold thread bobbins. And I say that from experience. And so having the screw closure makes it really nice and secure. This is not coming undone accidentally. It works great. Like I said, Sashiko thread braids, thread bobbins, the little plastic ones that have the hole on the top, fit in here really nicely. Several years ago, I was working on a big embroidery project that had about 27, 30 different colors on it. And I had one of the 8-inch rings and had them all on there. Super convenient. So that's what's mostly in this box. We also have some of the laying tools. If you're not familiar with a laying tool, this works best if you have an embroidery hoop holder, because you're going to need both hands in order to be able to use this. So if you have your hoop in a holder, and then you've got your needle in your dominant hand, you would hold your laying tool in the other hand, and what it does is that it helps you smooth out your threads before you lay them down on your hoop or your canvas if you're doing needlepoint. And so it's particularly helpful with satin stitches, where if you're stitching with more than one strand of floss, and sometimes, you know, all the strands can kind of get twisted, the laying tool helps you straighten them all out so that when you lay them down and you pull your thread through, it's going to lay nice and flat on the top of your fabric. That's what this is. And the other little thing that's in here is the needle tuggers. And these, there is a video on, it's here on Instagram, but it's like way back, but it's on the Snuggly Monkey YouTube channel. It's really quick and easy to find, showing you exactly how this works. But this is basically a little plastic tube that you can stick your needle into. It gives you a place to grip really tightly if your needle is stuck. If you're working on thick fabrics, or you just have kind of a tight needle that gets stuck in your fabric, stick the tip of it in here, hold on to it, and it helps you pull your needle tugger, helps you pull your needle out of those sticky areas. It comes with its little magnet, and it comes with this little clasp, so you can attach this onto your project bag, your scissors, and always have it handy. And then the little tube itself, because the little magnetic clasp, you can pull the tube out and use it separate from wherever it is that you're storing it. So that's that box. And we will take a look at one more box here. There are more boxes over there, and what's in those other boxes is a restock of the Toyo toolboxes. This restock is of the colors that we've already had. So it's the red, the green tea, the coral, the yellow, all of those are now back in stock. There are 3 brand new colors coming to the T19 and one of the larger ones as well. They're really pretty. There's a bright orange that I love. There's a soft blue that's coming, and then there's this really bright yellow that's coming as well. Those are supposed to be here relatively soon. They were coming on a cargo ship from Japan. And so the estimate was kind of end of October, beginning of November. So we should have those new colors out, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And then we also, over there's a huge box of Aida cloth and linen that just came back. I know during Open Studios in particular, we get lots of folks coming in looking for cross-stitch fabric, and the last couple I've been running really low, but we're back. We just got a whole restock of, it's huge. There's like 50 something pounds of Aida and linen sitting over there. So that's what's over there. We also got a couple of bolts of 2 of the most popular Nata homespun fabrics, the Waves on White and the Indigo Clouds also came in yesterday. So those are also back in stock. All right, so this last box we have here is kind of a mix of all sorts of things. We've got some of this is the precision tip, micro tipped tweezers. And so this has a really nice long skinny tip, but still has a wide base here to accommodate your thumbs. So if you need to kind of get into a really tight little space to pull out some threads or whatnot, that's a great one there. This is the little happy storage box. This is the puppy. These boxes are really, I find them really handy for pearl cotton. They fit about, I think 12 balls of wonderful pearl cotton fit really easily in here. When I was working on my Allison Glass Kantha quilt, this was my project box. I had all of my threads in here, my my needle grippers were in here, my needles, my scissors, all that stuff. So these are really nice little project boxes. There's a puppy, and then there's also a cat, which were super popular this weekend, and we don't have any of the cats right now because they all sold out over the weekend for some reason. But we'll have those back by probably the end of this week or the beginning of next week. We've got some of our metric quilting rulers. If you are looking for a metric ruler, which can be kind of tough to find in the US sometimes, it's got inches on one side and it's got centimeters and millimeters on the other. So we've got that there. What do we have? Here we have some of the Tulip Hiroshima chenille needles are here, as well as some of the quilt basting needles. If you're not familiar with tulip needles, these are like some of the best, nicest needles out on the market. They're made in Japan. I'm gonna misquote how many, but there's an insane number of steps that these needles go through. I want to say something like 70 something steps in the making of these needles. So they are, they pay particular attention to the eye of the needle so that you don't get any burrs or anything in the eye of your needle, reducing the amount of friction that is on your thread, which is going to reduce the amount of fraying, snapping, breaking of your thread. So they're very sharp tipped. They're beautiful, wonderful, wonderful needles. And they have a really wide selection of different kinds of needles that they make. So everything from silk, leather, sashiko, embroidery, tapestry, milliner needles, all those things. They also make pins. So, and they come in these really cute little boxes. All right. We have, this is the sashiko grid from QH Textiles. Grid samplers are, they don't have a pattern on them. They just have a grid pre-printed on them so that you can create your own sashiko designs without having to draw out the grid yourself. Each company kind of makes their own. The QH one, you can see, has little plus signs and dots on it. The Olympus ones have just dots. The one that's made by Daruma is just plus signs. The standard grid tends to be 5 millimeters, which is about 0.19 inches. And they're great for hitomezashi style sashiko, which is the grid-based style of sashiko for creating your own designs. But Olympus, if you want to do even smaller designs, Olympus does have a 3 millimeter grid, which is itty bitty, so that you could more easily do kind of really tiny stitches or longer kind of in between size stitches. And they come in different colors. So the QH only does this, what they call grise color, but Olympus has these gridded samplers in red, lavender, navy, white, mustard, teal, all sorts of different colors. So that's what this is. Cosmo, loads and loads of Cosmo. The Cosmo thread sets have been really popular lately, especially the Seasons, which is their variegated colors. We've packed several of the complete Seasons sets for folks recently. We've got lots of sashiko thread in here. This is the Olympus. The Olympus skeins come in 100 meter, 20 meter, and then their Awai Ito, their pastels, come in 40 meter skeins. So sometimes folks, it does not match. So there are some colors that are available both in 20 and 100. There are some colors that are only available in 20, and there are some colors that are only available in 100. And so that can be kind of frustrating because there's some really, really pretty colors that are available only in the 100. They're not available in the 20. But you can find so many uses for sashiko thread that if there's a color that you really love that's only available in the 100, I wouldn't hesitate from grabbing that because you can use sashiko thread for so many things. All right. What else is down here? This is the Bowen 3-in-1 needle tugger. This is a really fun little tool. So it does 3 different things. It's this little hook here at the bottom is for you put your, again, if you are working on denim, anything where your needle is going to get stuck, once you get your needle through the fabric and it's stuck there, you grab it right there, and then you press this down. That clamps down on the needle and it helps you tug your needle out of your fabric. This little plate here is a needle pusher. So if you need help pushing the needle through to get it to the other side, that's what that is there for. And then there's also a little thread cutter here on the front. So there's 3 different functions in this one little tool. There are some great videos out there of folks with a little bit of practice. You can really get into a good rhythm with this little guy and go into this kind of rocking of pushing and pulling that can help make kind of thicker fabric projects a lot easier and a lot less stressful on your hands. So this can be really handy. All right. This order came in kind of 4 boxes. And the other boxes over there, we've got a restock of the Art Bin Pearl Cotton storage boxes are back. We also have a couple of the 100 Lady samplers are over there. Lots more Cosmo thread, lots more Olympus thread. So all of that. And I think that's it. I think that's what's over there. So there you go. Nice big unboxing. Haven't done one of these in a little while. This time of year, there is so much stuff kind of coming and going. We are expecting packages right now from Colette Moskrop. She's the one that does the hand screen printed fabrics that are great for creative embroidery. We've got some more of her wall hanging kits are on their way, as well as the samplers and some of her taster packs, which is the ones that had kind of smaller swatches of her prints so that you can experiment with lots of them. So those are on the way. What else is coming? There should be more Kohana. Kohana's about to release their limited edition winter sets. If you were with us, can't remember if it was this spring or last year, that Kohana released these really adorable little limited edition sewing sets, and it was this little basket with the Kohana mini thread snips in a special color and a little needle rest. They're doing the same thing again this year for the holidays. The color palette is red and white, and so the little Kohana mini snips, the leather sheath is red, I believe. The tassel is a combination of red and white, and the thumb holders are white, I think. The little needle rest, and then the needles I think are also in there as well. So those will be coming. There's a limited edition spool thread holder that's going to be coming as well. Yeah, so there's loads of stuff. There's lots of fabric that's on its way, all sorts of good stuff. So keep an eye on we're still listing new stuff every week. So keep an eye on the new arrival section. Again, if you are not part of our newsletter, I would highly recommend signing up so that you can be one of the ones to get the early shopping coupon for the big sale that'll be happening at the end of the month. Yeah, and I think that's it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this morning and for sticking around for this long one. I will likely be back again soon doing another one with the next kind of big shipment that arrives. And if you have any requests for colors of the Soie légère for Versois, please don't hesitate to reach out as I will be ordering those in the next couple of weeks. So, all right, everybody, have a wonderful week. Make sure you get out and vote, and I will talk to you all again soon. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.